Hi everyone. In today's session, we'll walk you through the VMware Cloud architecture that we are building in partnership with Equinix and Dell Technologies. Let's start with introductions. Hi, I'm Chani Modi. I drive co-innovation between VMware and strategic partners like Dell. Renu Raman is a Chief Technologies at VMware focused on the intersection of next-generation hardware and modern apps. Sri Das is an architect at VMware and focused on the software-defined data center, cloud, and other emerging technologies. Mike Healy is a global account manager at Equinix. Mike provides strategic go-to-market direction to customers targeting growth and expansion. Let's talk about VMware's vision of any. It's been in place for several years, which is to empower customers to access any app on any device from any cloud with intrinsic security architected in across every layer. We continue to build and execute on this vision, expanding our portfolio to accelerate and extend our lead. Let me walk you through some of our customer pain points which support our vision. A survey done by Forrester Consulting with 526 decision makers from various industries globally showed 80% of enterprises had to accelerate their remote workforce strategy because of the pandemic, with 65% of enterprises unprepared and piecing it together. Management across a multi-cloud environment can be a challenge for organizations, as well as increased costs and protecting workloads. Improving operational governance and automating core processes are high priorities to solve. Successful digital transformations typically require a business strategy, an app strategy, and a cloud strategy with a cloud operating model that binds them together. Most challenges come when the cloud operating model is skipped. Renu, would you please expand on what key issues VMware is looking to solve for?
Thank you, Chani. It all starts with data. As you know, every enterprise, every customer that we have talked to and listened to so far cares about their data sovereignty. They want to have risk mitigation of any data pilferage, as well as meet the regulatory needs. Closely related to data is usually security, and it usually ends up being an end-to-end security problem. All of both data and security needs to be delivered at or lower TCO, what they have, which is only achieved by improved operational simplicity or reduce the operational complexity. And that's where VMware comes in. How do we simplify the consumption and the management of their infrastructure? Doing all of this with improved availability, resiliency, and scalability is also a key metric. In a sense, we need to bring the value of the private cloud, but closer to the DCs or data centers, which means the network and perhaps physical proximity is important. With these in mind, we started with having a consistent user experience or customer experience to start with our well understood and designed framework in VMware Cloud. VMware Cloud has been there for the past 2 to 3 years. First, that was implemented and showcased with AWS. It's been expanded from there to Azure and Google. And we continue, and also available with the partner Dell as VMware Cloud on Dell as an appliance for on-prem private cloud. Now we are expanding as part of this distributed multi-cloud thesis and requirement to partner with, we have to expand to solve the two islands that exist today in the on-prem world and the public cloud world. And there comes Equinix to help us bridge the gap between the current on-prem island of infrastructure as well as the public cloud infrastructure, which has already been unified with VMware Cloud. But Equinix provides a unique value prop with their interconnect and the physical locations around the globe that exist. This is an umbrella program that we call Project Alloy. And I'd like to introduce you to Mike Healy from Equinix. He's a global account manager to tell more details about Equinix and the interconnect and how they help us bridge the gap.
Thank you, Renu. We look forward to partnering you with on Project Alloy. With growing needs for a multi-cloud environment, it's become ever present that the customer demands to be in more locations and closer to the cloud. Equinix helps solve for this with over 220 data centers and over 63 metros around the globe, and a record of 5 nines of uptime in those footprints. With over 1,800 networks and 250 cloud service providers, on net, we offer easy access to them anywhere in the world. With our global reach and platform, we offer the availability of scale and simplicity under one umbrella. With our fabric ports, we have interconnected all of our facilities around the globe with dark fiber and available to access to consume on demand with speeds up to 100 gigs. With connectivity options between layer 2 and layer 3, we offer simple, easy to use, and secure solutions for our customers. With a pledge to be 100% green, we are the 4th largest consumable energy provider here in the US of renewable energies. We are working to evolve our network and metal edge platforms along with precision time to blend into our existing large-scale portfolio around the globe. We offer fiber, internet exchange, and fabric to our customers so that they can achieve scalable solutions in market wherever they need to be. To turn things over, back now to Renew.
Deeper dive into Equinix and its capabilities. We can't be more excited to light up all the Equinix locations with VMware Cloud. As we have outlined, connectivity and consistency are key elements of the multi-cloud thesis. VMware Cloud, in addition to those, is all about choice for our customers. Before we get into the details of what we have architected here, the world of infrastructure spans all the way from self-managed to private cloud and to on-prem appliances to fully managed SDDC as a service to the public cloud. What we are bringing together is VMC on Dell, which has been available and get the same experience and value proposition to have VMware Cloud with Equinix on Dell. Digging a little deeper into the architecture, allow me to introduce you to Sri Das, solution architect here in Octo, and share the details of the end-to-end network architecture as well as key use cases going forward.
Thank you, Renu. As Mike and Renu talked about various value proposition around this partnership and how this will really help our customers in their multi-cloud journey. Here you can see a high-level architecture which describes the integration of various products and solutions to provide a consistent experience to our customers. In this architecture and design jointly engineered with Equinix, it helps customer automate and simplify the ability to connect on-premises to hyperscalers and provides a consistent cloud operating model. In this architecture, if you can see, the VMware Cloud on Dell EMC is hosted on Equinix data center, and it connects all the various hyperscalers like VMC on AWS, VMC on GCVE, and AVS over Equinix provide a high-speed network backbone. Similarly, customer has choices such as MPLS, SD-WAN, and public internet to connect and provide a consistent encrypted traffic from their customer data center to Equinix data center. Let's double click each of these connectivity pieces in next slide. In this architecture, let me break it down in 3 parts. So if you look at the left-hand side, the far left in the blue box, that's your customer data center. And the red box in the middle, which is Equinix data center, where VMware Cloud Dell EMC hosted. On the far right, number 3, those are the hyperscalers. We have been using VMware SDDC for customer and consistent VMware Cloud experience. Network connectivity is the foundation of all these 3 infrastructure endpoints. And Equinix data center customer have a dedicated edge router which will do the network peering with their neighbors, such as VMware Cloud on Dell EMC, VMware Cloud on AWS, and on-premise cloud. So all this together works with Equinix edge router.
This is great, Sri. Can you elaborate on connectivity and network latency in this architecture?
Sure, Chani. Let's look at how VMware Cloud on Dell EMC, which is on a centerpiece on which is hosted on Equinix data center, how it will connect to the hyperscalers like VMware Cloud on AWS, and also how it will connect to your customer data center. So if you look at the 2 blue boxes with VMware Cloud Dell EMC top of the rack switches, they're all peering to Equinix edge router. And on the far right, we have hyperscalers let's take an example, VMC on AWS, the VGW, which is a virtual gateway, that also connecting to Equinix edge router. And once you have a physical connection established, that will take care of your connectivity pieces. And then you can do the similar way, the BGP routing between standard ASN on a networking protocol. And that will peer with your Equinix data center to the cloud, as well as VMware Cloud and Dell EMC. Similarly, customer has an option on the left-hand side, you can see the customer data center. They will connect to the Equinix data center, where we have been showing here VMware SD-WAN as one of the pieces. So why VMware SD-WAN? Because VMware SD-WAN has a encryption, end-to-end encryption traffic control. It has also option the business policies, where you can do the quality of service, as well as you can integrate that into your persona and network bandwidth persona to allow certain traffic or disallow certain traffics. Similarly, you can also peer those two SD-WAN endpoints. One is on an Equinix data center, one is on a customer data center, and that can be uplinks to your customer core router. That way, you have an end-to-end traffic flow to the as well as Equinix data center and your hyperscalers. So that's, again, and another thing I wanted to highlight is, like, Chani, you asked the question, like from like cloud, the hyperscaler, to Equinix data center, all the traffic flow and the data traffic is less than millisecond. So, which is a great value what Equinix is providing here.
Network latency less than a millisecond. That's pretty impressive. All right. How much time does it take to order an AWS Direct Connect circuit and configure the live endpoints?
Through Equinix IBX portal, you can order the any Direct Connect, AWS Direct Connect, or any circuit, virtual circuit, less than 5 minutes. You can order it. It will provision to your account, then for your consumption. And then the customer will go and consume that, configure it, the BGP routing, and etc.
Great. Does customer have a choice to bring their own edge router in Equinix data center?
Yes, they have the choice. They can bring their own router, or they can go to Equinix and order their virtual router from Equinix.
Cool. This is great. Why don't we talk about a real world scenario now?
Sure. Let's talk about some of the use cases, the VDI. It's a cloud-based VDI, and VDI is one of the use cases we're talking here, because there are multiple use cases for the multi-cloud story. But let's talk about how a customer use virtual desktop in a cloud way, right? So VMware has a Horizon Control Plane service. It's basically nothing but a feature-rich cloud-based services that provides a multi-tenant cloud-scale architecture, which enables administrators to choose which virtual desktop and application they can reside. An example, services like all universal brokering, image management, application management, lifecycle management, and monitoring, all these services are all integrated Horizon Control Plane. That way, customer can easily go and consume it. Next slide, please. So now the universal broker, let's start double click on a little bit on universal broker, right? So what exactly universal broker? It's like, as I mentioned, it's a cloud-based services. It provides a brokering mechanism. Let's say you have multiple pods, multiple private clouds, as well as multiple hyperscaler clouds and everything. And you have pods are segregating multiple sites. So the universal broker provides a smart brokering facility. Like, let's say you have a user persona, different user personas, then to go to one cloud versus the other cloud, or they wanted to move to private cloud. Then universal broker comes into a single unified URL where your end user will log in, and they can go into your specific desktops, and they can access the desktops or applications based on your policy and personas, right? The benefits all of this are disaster recovery. You can have customer use for multiple site disaster recovery, capacity busting, mobility, and single point of failure. That's a number one use case for any customer. Maintenance and lifecycle management, everything will all be integrated with a high availability and resiliency manner. So this architecture is integrated part of two pod. What you can see right now on the left-hand side, you have a VMware Cloud on Dell EMC. Right-hand side, you have a cloud, hyperscaler, VMC on AWS. 2 SDDC, consistent experience, and the cloud operating model is simplified. So that's what I would say. And now I will hand it over to Chani to talk about it more.
Thank you, Shri. This is wonderful insight into what an architecture could look like. VMware provides a consistent cloud operating model. We help reduce complexity with a simplified cloud infrastructure in partnership with Dell. We help you maintain data sovereignty, global reach, and bandwidth tiers up to 100 Gbps with Equinix. And together, let's take the fastest path to cloud and modernization. We have a lot to share, but limited time. So we'll leave you with some useful resources. Meghna, if you can switch to the next slide, please. So these are some useful resources. You can go check it out, and please reach out. We would love to hear from you. Thank you, and enjoy VMworld.